Best Denver suburbs? Yep, coming right up. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alyson Wahl with Live South Denver. I'm a real estate strategist and realtor, and I help people make their move to and in South Denver. So you're looking for the best suburbs in Denver. Awesome, you're in the right place. I've done a video series on one of them already. You can check up here and see that. And this week I'm going to introduce you to a new one as part of a multi-part series. We're going to talk about Parker, Colorado. Just this year, Parker was named by WalletHub the #1 place in Colorado to raise a family. And since I raised my family here, I will have to agree. So a little bit of history about Parker. It was considered to be established back in the 1860s. It became a town in 1981, and there were a whopping roughly 280 people at the time it was incorporated. And now here we are nearly 40 years later, and just inside the town limits of Parker, there are over 55,000 people. There are 2 zip codes in Parker. That's it, 80134 and 80138. This map kind of gives you a feel for where those are and how they relate to main roads, interstates, thoroughfares, etc. So what makes Parker so charming and popular? Well, if we just look at the criteria from the WalletHub site, that's a great place to start. WalletHub ranked for family life and fun, education, health and safety, affordability, and socioeconomics. I'm just going to call that jobs. Parker's lowest score out of the 4 was in the family life and fun category. Why? Well, because it's relative to being close to Denver, and we've got these ski towns that aren't far away. But there is still plenty to do for a family here. There are lots of bike paths and trails and hiking nearby. We've got a boondock, so you can have arcades and games and indoor kids parties galore. Parker has the top-rated farmers market around, and it runs nearly 6 months of the year. You can actually check out a video of that one right up here. We have a beautiful and quaint downtown area. People love to walk through our downtown, especially at night. It's strung with lights all year round. And we have actually a Hop and Performing Arts Center. Puts on great shows year round. And then the stuff everybody really wants to know when you're gonna move to a new place. What's the dining and shopping like? We are bringing in new restaurants all the time. We have small town locally owned and chains everyone loves, and almost all the shopping that you would want. And we don't have a mall right in Parker, but we have a world-class shopping center that's 10 minutes away. So another thing that people really want to know if they're moving here from out of town, particularly if they have a very active lifestyle, is how far is Parker from the mountains? Well, you are more on the east side, especially when you look at I-25. So you're going to be a little farther than if you lived on the west side of town, which would be more like Littleton on the south end of town, or Golden if you were more central north. But our family goes to the mountains quite a bit during the year, and at most, without traffic, it takes us 2 hours, generally less. We have gotten from Parker to Vail in about 90 minutes. Now, if you're in traffic, all bets are off. There's no way to calculate how long it's going to take you to get anywhere, because traffic starts, stops, gets moving, stops moving at its own beck and call. Also, downtown Denver without traffic is about 20 to 25 minutes away. Depends on where you are in Parker. So our family is close to I-25. It takes us about 4 minutes to get to the interstate. If you choose to live somewhere a little farther in, maybe it's more of a luxury community that has some acreage, you're going to be farther out. It might be an extra 15 minutes. Parker's quite large. So education, health, and safety was the second category that WalletHub ranked all of the communities for that it looked at. Parker ranked very high. One of the reasons is we have our own hospital. Actually, across all of South Denver, most of the larger suburbs have their own hospital. So healthcare access is readily available to those living in the suburbs in the South Denver area. The school district for Parker is Douglas County Schools. You can check out a video I recently did that talks about that. That would probably be of great interest to you if you're considering moving into the area. The third category that WalletHub ranked was for affordability. This was Parker's strongest ranking. They were considered as highly affordable. Now, having lived here and lived in numerous other areas in South Denver, I found that interesting because Parker ranks on par with Highlands Ranch, Castle Rock, Littleton, many of the other areas in South Denver. You can take a look at a video I recently did on cost of living in Denver and South Denver and maybe make an opinion for yourself. The last category that WalletHub judged was socioeconomics. I'm going to call it jobs. Parker's location near the Denver Tech Center means that many families have at least one earner working in either tech, finance, aerospace, or media. All of these offer great earning opportunity. One of the other top employers across South Denver is healthcare. As I mentioned, there are 5 hospitals in Douglas County alone. On top of that, we have a great school system with many choices: charter schools, public schools, and private schools. So it's another top employer in the area. So a couple of minutes ago, before I went through all of WalletHub's rankings, I said, what makes Parker so charming and popular? I have to tell you, from our perspective as a family, we moved in from a different suburb right here in the South Denver area, and we just love that it feels a little bit different. Slightly more small town, a little bit more laid back, not quite so keep up with the Joneses. Are you thinking about moving to Denver or the South Denver area? Reach out. I would love to talk to you, answer any questions, and be happy to help you in any way that I can. As I mentioned, this is a multi-part series, so if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss out on the next one and you learn a little bit more about Parker to see if it's the right neighborhood for you. See you next week.